Do you want to liven up your home without it costing you a fortune? I'm going to tell you 7 ways that you can do this without it costing you an arm and a leg. Welcome back to Tillman Realtors. I'm Meredith, and today we're going to take a dive into home improvement projects that you can tackle all by yourself this weekend and that are both cost effective and add value to your home. Now, all of these you can do by yourself, and I mean by yourself. You don't have to master a trade before you try to tackle one of these. You don't have to watch a 7-minute YouTube video 17 million times before you're comfortable enough to do it yourself. These are all fairly easy and very cost effective. They will fit your budget. So first up is add a fresh coat of paint to any of your walls, your trim, your doors, your cabinets, anything. A fresh coat of paint goes a long way. When it comes to paint, you want something warm and inviting and still something that flows throughout the entire house. This doesn't mean you have to paint every room in your entire house the same color, but you want something that flows. Like in our house, we happen to not have to paint our living rooms or living areas from when we first moved in. It was a nice light blue that matched everything that we had, matched all of our Bybee pottery, and we painted the bedrooms this light beige color. So anything that just flows. I tend to like the warmer colors. A lot of people like the grays that's in right now, but anything that's kind of nice and neutral and flows. Another good rule of thumb, anything lighter like white makes everything feel bigger. So when we moved in, our kitchen cabinets were that light brown 2000s look. We painted them white. Our whole kitchen just felt bigger, felt taller, more open. That's why people paint their ceilings white. And for baseboards and trim, obviously white is just the uniform color, and just adding a new fresh coat of paint white to those areas will just allow a pop of contrast and will make everything look better and cleaner and fresher. Second thing you can do is switch out all of your hardware. Right now in a lot of newer homes, or just the trend, is that matte black look. And a lot of older homes have the gold or bronze or silver. Something we did it room by room. Whenever we tackled a project, we would just go ahead and switch out all the hardware with matte black. So we didn't do it all at once. We did a little bit over time, but that is just something very cheap. You can go on Amazon, we bought door knobs in bulk, and you can do the same with cabinet hardware or door hinges or cabinet door hinges. You can buy all that in bulk on Amazon and save you a lot of money. The next thing is lighting. With the lighting, you really just want a common theme and a flow throughout the entire house. So you can do a lot with your lighting. With your lighting fixtures, you can make a statement. Just make sure that statement is a good statement and it matches your house. These lights right here, not the biggest fan of them. I call them boob lights because I think that's what they look like. Not the biggest fan of those. They're just an older kind of lighting. And your light fixtures and fans. Some of ours, when we bought the house, were older, just those older wooden fans. I always say if they don't sell them at Home Depot or they don't have them, that means you are either super bougie with your lighting and you buy really high-end light fixtures, or they are super old and it might be a good idea to go ahead and replace them. It depends on how big of a fixture you go, but I would say just a common light fixture will cost you around $100 at a Lowe's or Home Depot. But I've also found that some people can go to the Habitat Humanity Restore stores and can find great pieces for super cheap. I mean, over 90% off what you would pay retail. So that might be a good idea for you too. The next project that you can take on is updating your kitchen appliances. Now, if your kitchen is fully outdated, I would not say replacing all of your appliances would be a budget-friendly fix. But if you have one appliance that really just sticks out like a sore thumb and doesn't match the rest of your kitchen, I would say paying a couple $100 to fix that in order to completely transform your kitchen would be a budget fix. Just recently, within the past year, we replaced our kitchen range. Our stove and our burners were going out. You were having to bang on the back burners for them to work, like with a spatula or something, and we were like, okay, this is now a functionality thing. We cannot use this. All of our other appliances were brand new or fairly new, and as soon as we put that new range in, it looked completely different. Our kitchen now looked modern and finished, and yeah, it was $500, but you spent $500 to completely transform a kitchen. I think that's worth it. The next thing you can do is some crown molding or wainscoting or installing some wallpaper in different spaces. These are just things that you can do to walls to either give them more texture or give them a pop of color or contrast, just in areas that you find plain or dull. I see people do this in entranceways. Instead of trying to put furniture or tables that can really just crowd up an entryway in a home, they put some wainscoting. We did it in our bathroom. We did wainscoting to one of our walls in our bathroom. That was something we did over a weekend, and it cost us under $100. It cost us buying a couple 1x2s and a gallon of paint. Moving outside your home, something you can do is boost your curb appeal. There are multiple different ways that you can do this, and most of them will not cost you a lot of money, but it will cost you some time and some manual labor. This would include, like, when it warms up, just giving your grass a good trim, getting out the weed eater, and fixing up your yard. If you've got some ugly overgrown bushes, we all know that house in our neighborhood that's an eyesore when we drive by it. Don't be that house. Don't be that neighbor. Trim up your plants and your bushes, pull some weeds, and maybe buy some mulch or topsoil to just cover up some of your flower beds. Even getting out a power washer and cleaning off your walkways and your driveways, just making your whole yard look a lot better. I always tell people that your front yard and your curb appeal is the first impression of your house, either when people come over to see you and visit, or when you're selling your house. This is even more of a bigger deal. I have clients that won't even go to look at a house or look at pictures of the inside of a house if they think that the outside of the house is ugly. So that is a huge setback if you're listing your house and you don't even clean up the outside. The last thing that you can do costs you absolutely no money, and this is just decluttering your house. And that's not really what people would consider home improvement, but to me, I think it's a big step up if you have just overcrowding of furniture and just stuff in your house. You may have a big, beautiful piece of furniture that you love, and it might be highly sought after or really expensive, but if it doesn't fit the space or it eliminates a huge part of space in your home, it's probably really not serving you well. I see this done in smaller living rooms with huge sectionals that cut off the whole open concept aspect to a house or a living area. People do this in entryways, just overcrowding it with furniture and tables and shoe racks and stuff. Just sometimes it is more trouble than what it's worth. But when you actually take that away, you gain so much more space. And you might not, literally gain square footage, but that is a big deal, just the space and openness when you're walking through a house. That, in my mind, gives a home more value. I hope you guys like this video, literally and figuratively, and I hope you guys try some of these projects on your own. If you do, comment and send us some before and after pictures, and to subscribe to see more videos like these.